Hello everybody, Hemoglobin here. I am doing a vlog and I thought I would come to you in my chambers in the White Castle. I'm not going to say White Castle because that is a brand of burger joint, kind of like Crystals. Um, my castle in the clouds. You could say castle in the sky, but castle in the clouds, that's CC to it. So, what brings me to y'all tonight is I wanted to get something off of my chest. At work, we discussed how I came in more calm. I was working in a different place. So, and they haven't seen me for a while, and they were discussing how much more calm I came in than I had before. And it's been a while. So, my mental health medications have been adjusted since the last time I saw them. Um, And for me, that leads up to the regret of I just wish I had fixed this sooner. Um, I wonder how different my life would have been if I had gotten help um, sooner. Like, would I have had the government jobs that I would have had? Am I good that I waited? Um, I don't know. But in the theme of regrets, I think I'll use my old phone that has my sticky notes, notepads. Yeah, it says all memos, my memos. I wrote down things, interview questions, because I do want to run for president, and I figured I would get asked these questions about myself. But I think I'll just tell you from experience. I'll tell you now. Sorry, just scrolling through all of my secrets that I have. Here's regrets. Okay. So up there, one of the top ones is being mean to a kid named Grayson. And it wasn't me being an adult, them being a kid. I was in elementary school, he was in elementary school. I had a crush on him, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I was just like, I don't want to be near him. As most, what? It was elementary school. Um, but as most elementary students would go if they like someone or don't like someone, kind of comes off this thing. So I apologized to Grayson. It was not kind to me, and it created a rift between us that I wish we were a thing with repair, but I think it was just too ghastly what I did to be within your realm of forgiveness, and I would have to have someone come at me straight and be like, okay, straight, gay guy, straight. Think of a different world. I would have to have someone come to me like mano a mano, face to face, or whatever, and be like, "Hey, I did this a long time ago. I'm sorry. So I'm doing it now, kind of. I don't want to give out your name because I was being mean to you. Um, but for whatever reason, I don't mind giving out this name to Eric Brown. I'm sad we didn't bond more. I think I took a cue from my mom. Like, I was at your party, you had a horse, and it was exciting, but Chris Ruiz had just been made paraplegic, no, quadriplegic, because of being tossed off the horse. So my mom was all scared about the horses and stuff, so she took me out of the birthday early. And it was great. You had a bouncy castle and other things. It was a lot of fun, and I really liked you, and I think you liked me. um, at least as really good friends, because I feel like you helped me a lot, and I feel like I didn't. Like, you extended the courtesy of, hey, come on, do this, hey, do that, do that. And I never was just like, hey, do this with me. Um, so, like, Eric Brown was good to me. And I just want to say, like, one of my first memories besides the party was, like, going to um, the zoo for a field trip, and of course, peeing before you get back on the bus after you've been at the zoo. And I was doing a Butters. I just dropped all my trousers and just peed at the urinal. Um, and then he told me to, like, how to pee without dropping my pants or trousers, if you want to call them, and then underpants or bloomers or whatever you want to call them. So my butt was showing. I was trying to pee at the urinal. So he didn't make fun of me. He said it to my face. Uh, I wasn't. I was like, "Ooh, my goodness, I didn't realize that was a thing." So and I was like, "Thank you for letting me know." I was really small, and I remember this because he was so nice and so kind about, and it was a very important thing to learn. I'm trying to think of a better way to say thing. It's a better thing for me to learn. That was really important to learn. And sorry, just trying to not repeat myself too much. A little difficult. I have it written down in abstract form, and what I mean by that is just kind of like bullets. And then he was kind to me, so there was that, and then he was in a a modernization of Midsummer's Night Dream, and he played Puck. And he invited it to me. I wasn't really enthused about going to it because I don't like Shakespeare. I don't like the modernization of things. But this was very, very good. I really enjoyed myself. And it was one of those moments, like I went with my parents and whatnot, and he was all excited that I came. And it's one of those moments that I look back, I'm just like, I mean, if times were different and I had different parents, I look back and I'm just like, would we have made out? We were in high school, and I came to this play, and he was excited to see me. Like, I kind of wish I had built more on that relationship. Um, and then, like, he and I had interactions because he was a thespian. I'm saying it right. He's a thespian. He's an actor, and I enjoy watching plays and musicals. Not Shakespeare in the current let me see. Let me make sure I'm saying the right word. I think it's thespian. Thespian. Relating to the drama of theater, thespian talents, noun, an actor or actress, an aging thespian. Um, okay, so that's cool. Okay. Um, so he was a thespian. One, I hope he's still alive and well. Two, I hope he's still a thespian, or at least like part-time thespian, because he was very good. Um, actor in Midsummer's Night Dream revamp, and he enjoyed the theater a lot. And we watched in our community theater, the nonprofit community theater, in its old location, there was like a couple of seats up at stage level, like attached to the stage. And you're just like, oh, come on, come on, come on. I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I'm too close. So I did. I started the play. And I was just like, I can't do this. But I was so close, and I was just like, I don't feel like I belong. But of course, him being an actor, like, he felt fine being up there. And I feel that that was another, like, him extending an olive branch, an invitation to hang out. And I just, my biggest regret? I was in speech therapy for 5 years. I still have issues. My biggest regret is not hanging out with him more. I think that's like my biggest regret. And it's upsetting because um, I hung out with Travis Pearson more than I did Eric Brown. And like it wasn't reciprocity there either. So it was Eric Brown and I weren't in like the same classes. So it wasn't like this daily conversation that I could have. And it wasn't like we had cell phones back in the day. Um, so it wasn't like I was continually texting him, being like, "Hey, how are you doing? How's it going?" For me, it's always like an out of sight, out of mind thing. And I really regret choosing other people to hang out with than choosing Eric. Um, that is one of my biggest regrets. I don't know how my life would be different. Like, I love who I'm with now, and I am grateful to be where I am. But I think the biggest regrets in life are not going places, not doing things, and not being friends with people who are friendly to you. Like, I would say we were friends, maybe good acquaintances. Um, like I feel like if I would say we were acquaintances, that would be an insult. But we weren't like best friends, and I feel poorly about that. So Eric Brown, if you're out there, I hope you know that I didn't apologize for that extremely much. Truly, I'm sorry. Um, let's see. And then there's Jesse McCain. Um, in English class, we had to make arguments for a particular case or whatever. So mind you, this is the day before, not the day before, time before cell phones. Okay, so that's how long ago this was. And it was don't ask, don't tell. I forget like what was also called, but it was don't ask, don't tell, which means if you're gay, don't tell anyone, and we won't ask. Which is kind of like how is that supposed to work type deal. At least it was an honorable discharge as of late before it got repealed. Thank goodness it got repealed. Because here's the problem with don't ask, don't tell. All y'all that enjoy heterosexual relationships, I'm not saying that it's straight people, I'm saying people that enjoy heterosexual relationships. And I mean, so that means you could be not just a zero on the scale, you could be somewhere in between. You can talk about how, oh, I've crushed this, I've crushed that, or I've done this, I've done that. with heterosexual type relationships. But if someone asks you, what about you? You have to lie to people that you've sworn to protect. So, how are you supposed to be honest with them if you can get discharged for being honest with them? Or worse, murdered? And that was my problem with the military was um, I I wanted to be involved in it, but I had heard so many documentaries on VH1 and MTV about, again, common theme, about people being thought of being gay, and they would get beaten to death in their bed overnight or in public, and no one would stop the literal gay bashing. So it was just a terrible time. So this came. He argued that Don't Ask, Don't Tell should be repealed, and it should be, and homosexuals should be able to serve in the military freely. Uh, Back in the day, it was more like straight or gay, and that was kind of the only options. But now, I would think that he would argue anybody in the Rainbow Clan would be acceptable to go into the military. And his argument was like, if you're willing to die for the country, what does it matter? And I was so closeted, I didn't even go up and say thank you for that argument. And this is the South, so this is like a very anti-homosexual area, and in that time it was very anti-homosexual. So for him to come up in class, middle school, no less, and say X, Y, and Z about how homosexuals should be able to work freely in the military, he had a, a lot of courage, a lot of gumption. That's the word I'm looking for, gumption. I'm impressed to this day about it. And I really wish I had the gumption or the courage myself to go up to him afterwards and be like, thank you for saying this. This means a lot. Because who knows? We could have dated. It would have been nice. But also, it would have just been nice to tell you, Mr. McCain, that what you did was nice and I appreciate it. Oh, this one's a big, um, this one's, I feel really bad about this one. I was in bowling and, the coach of the air quotes team, because it was a bunch of us, it was like a lot of kids, went to, CC's Pizza? I don't know. It's the one where it's a pizza buffet and everything is like $5 or something like that. Um, Took us there, and then we did like pro freeze and stuff. And I'm embarrassed to even say this. I might regret saying this regret, but I was little, and I didn't understand the way of things, and I was just like, oh, this is such a small trophy. God, that was terrible. That was rude. He did not deserve that. He paid for the trophies out of his own pocket, which I did not know at the time. But still, you get what you get and you don't complain. That's the message for that story. And my dad heard me say that, and he said, you need to turn right back around and apologize for that. I'm glad he told me. And later in life, I found that trophies were super expensive. So, I mean, I I was a kid, but I acted terribly, and I'm sorry. Um, Another regret is I made some bad investments, like rental properties and stuff, but that one's one of those I'm kind of glad I did it because I learned a lot in the process, but it sucks because it kind of made me go into uh, bankruptcy and a short sale of the house that I was trying to flip because I trusted the wrong people. So if you want it done right, it's going to take time and it's going to be expensive. But I was thinking the opposite of I would be taken advantage of, and I didn't want to be taken advantage of, but I ended up being taken advantage of going in the opposite direction. So find your happy medium. Um, hmm, I have some other regrets, but they're more in the secrets area. So to all of you out there, my biggest regret is not being nice to you. And it's really hard to say because like you stick up for people and you stick up for people and then you look back and you see the people that fell through. Um, and then the people that you spent time with that you shouldn't have spent time with. So, to you, Grayson, I'm sorry for what I said and did. To you, Jesse McCain, I'm sorry for not saying thank you. And to you, Eric Brown, I'm sorry we didn't become closer friends. I would have really enjoyed that. So, those are my core regrets, not being nicer. Okay, everybody. This is Hemoglobin signing off, saying that you are loved, even though we may not even meet. And be good to yourself and be good to others so you don't have regrets like mine. You are loved. Hemoglobin signing out. Bye.